Welcome to episode 10 of the Eye of the Tyrant. If you like what we are doing here, please check out our Patreon where you can see exclusive actual plays of the systems we talk about on One Shots Tavern. And head on over to oneshotstavern.com to pick up some sweet TTRPG themed merch. Today, we are joined by Aaron playing Vesper.
Hello.
Corb playing Egg.
Ratings.
Brayden playing Seer. And PK playing Samuel.
Hello.
Well,
Hey PK, do you have any thoughts about a particular variety of animation that you might indulge us with?
I think Disney movies have really just become so formulaic that watching them feels more like a chore and more like you're being pandered to than actually enjoying a story of any sort whatsoever.
That's
and
fair.
They really need to change that.
I agree.
And then Marvel movies, Marvel and Star Wars as well. All Disney products are terrible. Bring it on, you stupid mouse.
I will say that these are not the express opinions of One Shots Tavern, but One PK. If you're willing to advertise here on One Shots Tavern, I'm more than happy to accept your money. When we last left off, our dear sweet Egg learned terrible news. The Crash Clan has divided. A schism has torn them apart. Asunder, some may say. Egg decided he was going to go and do his duty and come to his family's aid. However, Windless had a vision during his training session with Seer and foresaw disaster. The party hopped into action to save their friend. However, when they arrived, unmarked commandos were closing in on Egg's ride off world. And as our jail-sprung jailbirds stopped Egg from getting aboard, the ship exploded. Seer, Vesper, and Windless all failed their speed defense rolls. And that is where we're going to pick up. Vesper.
Okay, me first. Let's go.
Describe to me the inside of your apartment before you got arrested. Tell me what the morning looks like for you.
My apartment looks very, somewhat put together, but also not really. There's a bit of, scatterbrained that you can see across the apartment. There are, old relics probably up in display cases, plants that are kind of trailing down, some probably looking a little bit underwatered, papers scattered across her table, probably marked with rings of coffee cups.
All right. When you are getting ready in the morning, it feels like a morning just like any other. The apartment's warmer than you typically would keep it. But as you go into the bathroom and you're washing your face and the steam fogs up the entire bathroom, you go to wipe the steam away from the mirror and see yourself. You wash away whatever soap is there and look at yourself, inspecting, making sure everything is all right when something isn't right. The person in the mirror is very close to an approximation of yourself, but they're not you. Make a intellect defense roll for me. This is going to be a difficulty
I'm trained
4.
in this.
Vesper shower scene was not on my bingo card for the session.
Yeah, I had Samuel's shower scene, but
That's true. That's true.
I've had that on
I
my bingo
think-
card for ages.
Ages.
I used
that on my
effort.
wish list.
That's a failure.
Oh dear.
You look into this mirror and you see the face begin to shift and to change just ever so slightly as a smile comes across the person's face and an eye opens up on the middle of their forehead. A blood red not just there, but the other two eyes as they look at you and they go, "Hello."
I reach up and touch my forehead.
There is nothing there.
And
They
I guess
look
as
at you
I-
expectantly, waiting for a response. A curled smile on their face.
Hello?
"You're the one who found me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In my
I don't know
lab.
what you mean.
You found me. You downloaded me. I am you and you are me.
What?
You need to find more. My people are depending on you.
Where?
There's one here. Out in the desert. Under the mountain. A secret facility. I'm counting on you. And then the steam begins to build up in the room, and you begin to realize and remember that you are not in your apartment, that it is not steam, that it is smoke from the fires that are burning around you. Seer, you are not doing great,
Yeah.
but luckily you have your armor. And it is just enough to protect you from the majority of the blast. You look around you and you see Egg sheltered in place. You see, let's see, Samuel also sheltered in place, but you see a few of your friends on the ground as well. The ship has just exploded. There is not much left of it in front of you. What would you like to do in this moment?
Yeah, I think Sear's like battered inside the regalia. Just, picks himself up out of the wreckage and kind of stumbles to his feet before kind of surveying the area. Does it look like we've still got those unknown attackers present? They're still on the airfield with us?
They were not nearly as protected as you were. Whether they are dead or unconscious, it is hard to tell. In the chaos, smoke is billowing everywhere. Visibility is incredibly low. If you are to leave and make it out of here without getting caught, now is probably the time to do that.
All right, and then yeah, Sear's just going to kind of limp over. Egg's fine, and Samuel's fine. Vesper doesn't look fine, so Sear will go and approach Vesper and just kind of roughly kind of pick her up and begin dragging her away.
Egg, Samuel, you see as Sear begins to pick up the body of your friend, you are unsure whether or not she is alive or dead in this moment. Egg, you just watched the ship that contained two of the crash members that you've seen recently explode. What would you like to do?
Okay. Egg runs over to the wreckage and starts digging through it. Odie! Odie, are you there? As he pulls aside pieces of detritus, looking desperately through the carnage.
Go ahead and make a might check for me as you dig through the scraps of this ship. This is going to be a difficulty 5. It is hot. It is mangled, and some of these pieces are very heavy.
Oh yeah, as his hands are burning, as he pulls aside the metal. And he fails, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, you...
one away though.
It was very close. You needed to roll a 15, you rolled a 14. But as you begin to kind of like pull these pieces off, your hands burn and begin to blister. The pieces of metal are just too heavy for you, and as you look at the mangled wreckage of this ship, you begin to realize that there is no possible way that your comrades could have survived this if they were on board.
No, we're not. No, Egg's gonna keep trying.
All right. Samuel, you see Egg attempting to excavate this wreckage all on his own. Seer is grabbing the body of Vesper and carrying her off in a direction. You are beginning to lose visibility on them. Windlass lies on the ground.
Windlass lies on the ground?
Yeah.
Well, he'll know what to do. He can see the future. I think I am going to grab Egg, run over to Egg, and grab him on the shoulder from the wreckage. Egg, gotta get going. I'm gonna start to use my special ability Anecdote, where I can tell a group of people a little story from my past, and then give them well, they're trained in a task of my choice. I don't know. I'm just going to try and give them a little bit of a bonus towards something coming up. I'm going to tell them a story of the last time I was on a spaceport and things really went to hell, and describe the emergency services that occurred and tell them, like, okay, so the fire people are going to be, fire suppressants are going to be coming out, and we can escape in that kind of haze and that fracas that comes up. So let's get going. All and right. I try and pull Egg away.
What do you think, Egg?
Samuel, you have to help me. They're still under here.
Come on, man. There's no one could have survived that blast. That's too much wreckage. You can see that metal being all out of shape. There's no way a body could have.
You don't know that.
I do. Come on, man. If they're in there and they're fine, someone else can get them out.
Are the masked men still there?
Their bodies are definitely on the ground a bit away. They were all knocked on their feet by you, and then, of course, the concussion of the blast. They remain there.
You're going to have to say something else to Egg. Don't
I think
work here.
If you're... Well, then... I think if you're going to sit there and keep pulling it away, I run off, leaving you there to do it. I go and catch up to Vesper and Seer.
As you... Well, go ahead and make another might check as you dig through the wreckage here.
Okay. Success.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You were able to move another large piece off this wreckage. Your hands are burning. Go ahead and take 5 points of might damage to your hands as the burning metal. Yeah. And as you do, you see Oda. You see both members of the Crash Clan laying there lifeless.
Nevertheless, Egg will bend over and pick up Iota. Or at least whatever is left of him. And his hand's still burning.
Definitely hurts, but yeah.
Grab a hold of Iota's face. Be like, Odie, are you there? Even though he's clearly, like, I don't know, maybe he's, like, missing both arms, and, like, he's just a head or something.
He's more than just a head, but there's definitely some damage, some burns. It's not...
His brain showing.
Yeah. Bits of skull, you know.
Yeah, and Egg cries.
As you cry there, I'm going to roll a might check for Windlass. This is going to be a difficulty 5. So, or should it be intellect? Using your brain to try and get up. Let's do that. Let's make it an intellect. Windlass
Ace.
lies on the ground, unable to move, unable to wake from his unconscious state. Seer and Samuel, where are you headed?
Just to get to safety off the airfield, I think. And then I think at that point, Seer kind of notices that Samuel's kind of trucking along behind. Just kind of holding Vesper, just... Where's Egg?
He wouldn't come. He just kept digging through the rubble.
Damn fool.
I told him how to get out. Maybe he'll listen.
Take Vesper. I'll go back after him.
All right. I throw Vesper. You place Vesper over my shoulders, the suit, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Vesper, you can go ahead and make a level 5 intellect or might defend or might in order to try and see if
5?
you wake. Yep, level 5.
Okay.
Cruel.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Natural 1. Luckily, this is a defense. Or it's not really much. You're fine. There's going to be no GM intrusion on this one, as it is more you are just very much passed out, popping in and out of consciousness as you are carried through the smoke. Seer, you head back towards the wreckage to go and find Egg. He's not hard to find. He's right where you left him.
All right, Seer just kind of strides through the wreckage, just kind of trying to have as much confidence despite the fact that he's also kind of battered and pretty badly hurt. And he kind of walks straight over to Egg, puts a hand on his shoulder, and instead of kind of Samuel's kind of like grabbing like kind of like a touch, this is more of like a kind of grab and yank. And it's, they're dead, Egg. You must move now.
Egg is yoinked back, but he just looks at Seer with red eyes and says, "Why?"
Because they are violent people, as are we. Someone has done this. We will find out who. And revenge shall come later. But you cannot do this now. You must find safety. Get up and move. And Seer's already walking over now to grab Windlass as well.
Egg is willfully dragged for a moment. And then he rights himself. I don't think he will say another word, as he just follows you.
Yeah, I think Seer will even be so bold as to give a command. He's like, as he's kind of walking, he goes and points over one of the masked men, goes like, grab one of them. We'll find out who sent them.
Yeah.
In an uncharacteristic fashion, Egg walks over and just yanks the guy with no sense of whether he's injuring him or not. Just pulls on his arm, probably dislocating the shoulder as he hoists him up and starts dragging him along.
You begin to hear the sirens off in the distance. Visibility is incredibly low from just the burning of the plastics and various materials of the ship and the runway and the fuel. You head in the direction of your friends. And I need Samuel, Seer, and Egg to all make... this is going to be a speed roll. If you have stealth trained, you can use stealth. But essentially, you're just trying to become inconspicuous.
Fair enough.
Okay. Can I have my anecdote affect the stealth training for us?
Absolutely.
All right, so we got some training in stealth, guys.
Beauty.
What was the difficulty you said?
Difficulty for this is 4. Everybody is very distracted.
All right, I'm going to roll a level of effort and got the training.
Very good.
Got-
Very good.
I guess an asset.
Beauty.
I passed.
Good.
I passed too.
Yay.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, you gotta add the training, so just add an asset to it. All right.
Yeah, well, I fail, probably because I'm dragging a man behind me.
Here's the thing. It's more of a group check in general, but it definitely raises some eyebrows as you pull this body with you.
So I think Stu just barks at passerby, going, "What are you looking at? Head down, citizen."
Yeah, and it works, right? People look away. They're like, "Oh, okay, this is not our business. Not our business." All right, and you you are able to make your way out as you see very distracted uniformed security personnel running towards the smoke and the damage and the fire. Where are you heading once you get out of the spaceport?
Yes. I think that gas station, so we can get cool sunglasses and hats to disguise ourselves.
Of course.
Probably the best plan.
Yeah,
Or just back to the shop.
Back to Cosmos, back to the shop. Just like, safe refuge is the number one goal right now.
Yeah. Seer, you look around and realize Windless is not among you. As you all head out of...
Did he slip out? So I said I went to go pick him up. Did he
you
slip
did?
out of my grasp?
Oh, you did
Yeah.
go to pick him up. Sorry, I thought you were grabbing
Yeah.
an egg. Nope, yep, he is still very
Nope.
much small and passed out in your arms then.
Okay.
As you all kind of like right yourselves, Vesper, you are able to wake up in a start.
What?
Hello.
Where are we? What's going on?
We're in an alley. We got out of the spaceport.
My head hurts. Right.
Everything.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna put you down.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Your head.
You all
What's the
right,
plan?
Vesper?
Who were those guys? I'll be fine.
You're heavy.
What?
What?
Oh, that
Enough with
heavy?
the banter. We have more important things to focus upon.
Okay.
Egg has the body of one of our assailants. We'll get back to Cosmos, strip the body for information, examine the armor, examine the identity, see if we can match that, figure out what was behind this. It's very possible that what we just experienced was a blowback against the Crash Clan and had nothing to do with us. But
Yeah.
we must not discount the possibility that this has something to do with ourselves.
Okay. Let's go. And I'm gonna start looking around and just hoping. I'm gonna poke my head out of the alley that we're in and just start getting a view of what's going on. And
Yeah, Seer's very
Just-
purpose-driven right now. He's just
Yeah.
getting the group moving. Just, if anybody's lagging behind, he's just, chop, chop, chop.
Yeah.
all I'm doing is just leading the way, keeping an eye out for.
People definitely seem to be like clamoring around trying to figure out what on earth, obviously the explosion was heard from the explosion was heard from pretty far away, and people are seeing the black cloud of smoke rise up out of the spaceport, whispering to each other, wondering what on earth could have happened. People are paying no mind to you as you make your way through. Would you be heading back to the inn?
No, we're gonna go to Cosmos.
Cosmos?
Yeah, just straight back there.
Easy enough. It's actually nearby. Cosmos operates near the spaceport, and so you are, without an issue, able to make it to his garage.
All right.
I did steal somebody's bike to get to that airfield in time. So I'm just picturing that, somebody's just, sitting at the bar, like wondering when that mean Templar is gonna come back with his bike.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So,
Oh,
oh yes,
no, please.
It's in a parking garage now.
yeah, forever. You've all been to the airport and seen like the abandoned vehicle that is just like covered in dust. All the tires are flat, and it just like sits there in the parking spot, perpetually.
Beautiful.
You'd think somebody would take care of it, but they never do. But as you make it to Cosmo's garage, and head inside, you see Cosmo and Celeste are working on the skiff racer. As you come in, and they look up at you and they go, "The hell happened to you?"
The spaceport got attacked. What the hell happened to you?
Nothing happened to us. Spaceport got attacked.
Did you not hear an explosion?
Well, yeah, could have been a backfire. Listen, we've been busy. And Cosmo goes over and flips on the television, where you see surveillance footage of you all from a distance heading towards the ship as it explodes. News reporter pipes in and says, "It seems the motive is unclear as to why the spaceport was attacked earlier, but it seems to have something to do with the escaped convicts out in the galaxy. Well, from what we're hearing, there are no signs of life at the ship. We may never know what it is they were up to." And Cosmo looks over to you guys and goes, "Seems you're dead."
What they were saying? Oh, I thought they were blaming us for it. And
Oh, they're
Yeah, they're blaming
misunderstood.
us. We're 100% blamed, but also they say we're
But they
dead.
think we blew up. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, that's not
Don't
going to stand for
believe-
very long.
Don't believe anything that is saying. The Empire will
they'll-
make sure to put out an authorized version of the truth. As far as what happened at the spaceport, I find it most curious that they didn't mention anything about them. And Seer points over towards the guy that's Eggs got. He also finds a corner of the room and just dumps Windlass into it.
He's fine. He can see the future, so I'm sure his body's preparing itself perfectly or some sci-fi something.
I don't know if seeing the future gives you a healing factor. That doesn't...
It's got to. Of course it does.
No.
Yeah,
Dodge
because
this.
your blood knows that going out would be bad, so it stays
Oh,
in.
yes, that's true.
It sees the future.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Well, I suggest you all lay low and get some disguises.
They're gonna know that they're gonna know we're not dead. They're gonna go search the wreckage, find our bodies, and we're still gonna be considered at large. So, yeah, disguises.
Fundamentally, little has changed. We're still wanted.
Yeah.
Now they simply believe that we're on Shutter.
Which we are.
I don't know.
Yes.
Celeste, you got some contacts with Planet Security still? Yeah, couple. Might be able to call in a few favors. There's a couple organizations that, well, we can make the official reports pretty, official. It's not going to be cheap, though. Well,
Yeah, whatever it is.
I say do it. Give them a call. Put in the word. We owe these guys that much.
Yeah.
And Celeste heads off and starts making some communicator calls.
Do the skiff races really mean that much to you?
Whoa. Honor. It's all about honor. We, our pop, he used to be kind of a big deal in the scene. And, well, we just want to uphold that legacy, you know? Family legacy means everything.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Just walks straight past Cosmo. Just like covered in soot still. And just like heads straight over to Egg. Kind of looks.
What got in his suit's catheter?
Got a
Just,
catheter in there.
Sounds like that.
Just stops in
All
front of Egg. Looks to him and just. Egg.
Egg has
All
been
right.
sitting on a workshop stool the whole time, shifting between staring at the guy on the ground and the wall. Egg says, I suppose you were right then. Most of my brothers did abandon me.
Yes. Yes, they have. You should clean yourself up. Change of clothes. Get rid of the damaged bits of armor. It'll clear your head.
Egg looks Seer in the eyes and says, why?
Because the next step requires us all to walk it.
No. Why did you care to save me, Seer?
In truth, I had half a mind to walk aboard that ship and kill your brothers myself. I wasn't going to. But I didn't want them to manipulate you.
Like you
as they have
manipulate
been.
me.
I've been unkind to you, Egg, that much is true, but I recognize what the Crash Clan is. They're very similar to how the Templars work. Save that the Crash Clan pretends to be more of a family, while the Templars keep us in line with dogma. But the answer is the same. You and I have both been used as tools.
Do you think I forgot?
And just as I would want you to stop me,
You think I forgot what you told me in our cell? You forgot to
Frankly,
wipe my
yes.
memories here. Like you did all those times before. I have been traveling with you because I believed in you. But if the Trash Clan has been using me the whole time for the sake of family, then how am I to know you're not exactly the same?
I suppose you can't. I suppose there's no guarantee that I can give you. That I'm not secretly manipulating you. Save this. You are the one friend that I've got in this galaxy, Egg. And if you wish for revenge, I'll help you get it. If you want answers, I'll help you get it. But if you want to throw yourself away, let the fires that consumed your brothers take you as well, and give it all up for the Crash Clan, then I won't let you do that. Now get yourself changed.
I don't want revenge. I just want an end. And Egg gets up and walks out.
Vesper, you feel as though you're trying to grab on to the dream that you had. That, it's fuzzy. It's foggy. It's hard to recall, and then every now and then you get flashes of it. The face staring back at you. And then just an image in your mind. The mountain? The mountain in the desert. You can see it there. Just a single shell of a volcano, you can guess. Just right there. What are you doing?
Have I seen this mountain on the horizon of this town, village, city thing?
Go ahead and make for me an intellect to see if you can kind of match the pieces together. This is going to be a difficulty 3. If you guys make sure to click into the Squadcast to focus the app whenever you can.
I'm going to use an effort, and I'm going to roll another natural 1.
You know, it's hard to say. You've seen a number of mountains in the distance, especially when you were out in the desert. It's going to require a little bit more research and looking into it. But you're fairly certain you can find it. You just don't know where to start yet. PK, Samuel. The unconscious soldier is slumped against the wall. There are no markings on this person. There are some singe marks, definitely, from the explosion and the flames. There is definitely a smell of burning human hair, or just hair. I guess all hair kind of smells bad when you burn it. But what is going through your mind as you see the scenes unfolding around you?
I think I'm probably pretty focused. I would probably be going through that person, through the pockets of this person, trying to find information. And I would like to use a cipher that I have.
All right.
Called Secret, level 3. Means I get to ask the GM one question and get a general answer. And my current secret is level 3.
Oh,
and it says level 1 would be pretty much like looking somewhere else other than my current location. Level 10 is gaining knowledge of the future, and level 7 is obscure knowledge of the past. So I don't know what level 3 info I might find on this guy, but
absolutely. Okay.
kind of might like to know who sent them or something.
Let's see. Let me pull up my notes. So, what is the secret that you would like? You want to figure out where this person is from.
Yeah, the organization that may have sent them, some sort of lead to follow is mostly just kind of it.
Yeah. You do find a piece of paper that miraculously just happens to be in this man's pocket. Seems to be operating orders. The organization they are from is interesting. It's not a very common one to know about or to hear about. It is another renegade group of rebels. Maybe they are working with the Crash Clan, or what is left of the Crash Clan aboard Crash Station. They are called the Abyssal Legion. They are a very dangerous organization that isn't quite working towards the freedom of the galaxy as others would be. More of a other side of the coin thing. Well funded, awful.
All right, cool. Gotta work for the Abyssal Legion. Grab this little piece of paper.
Does Samuel make that fact kind of apparent to the room?
Yeah. I grab the piece of paper. I come over with it. At this point, while you guys were having your deep conversations and all that, Samuel was working on his disguise, and he from the 1982 premiere of Cats, to try and fit in with the lion in people. So
beautiful.
I come over, full like fuzzy suit, hair, whiskers painted on my face, and I say, "Hello, I found this piece of paper in these men's pockets."
Turn around and just move to this stranger by the throat, and then just kind of, Samuel?
We needed a disguise, so I changed my appearance.
You just hear Cosmo go, "That's really offensive."
It would be. It'd be so offensive. Oh, okay, hold on.
Cat face.
Put me down, I'll go change.
Just kind of let go and go, that's fine, change in a moment. You said you found out where they came from?
Yes, this guy, he worked for the Abyssal Legion. It's a real, nasty mercenary group. Operates, off of some stations and such. They do, They kind of just steal shit and
Yeah.
blow up people. It's not the cool kind of, I don't know. They're
The Templars
selfish.
have run into them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And the troopers, are they alive?
that one, he was breathing. So we'll wake him up in a minute. I'll figure out what I can from him.
I will be there too.
Yeah, you read his mind
Interrogation.
or something.
Yes, well, interrogations are my specialty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. A little bit. Well,
I'll go back there. I'll go change. Yeah, I feel a little silly wearing all this now.
It's like, all right, we're not feeling okay, cool.
Yeah, all right, guys. I'll be back here. That's one use of my disguise kit down, I guess.
yeah. So, Egg, you walked away from the group and head outside. What are you doing?
Speaking of unexpected shower scenes, Egg is washing himself off. Like Sears said. Getting rid of the detritus on himself. Washing the soot off of his brow.
Just that tasteful
Lathering.
man butt shot, steam.
Yeah.
Wafting about
Lathering his
everywhere.
rippling muscles. His water droplets roll down the window.
I'm there too, washing a bunch of makeup off my face in the shower.
Sure, why not? Samuel.
It's a group
says-
shower, It's a big shower.
Yeah.
It's the gym, It's
I'll wait my turn,
shower.
thanks.
absolutely.
Samuel,
Yeah.
says Egg.
Yeah.
What was your family before you became Samuel?
My family. Mother and a father and a sister, and we lived on a farm and worked it pretty well. It was
Right.
going good.
Right, you've
It
told me all
wasn't.
this. Right.
Yeah. You had
But
crashes with all your
what was it like being a child?
being a child. It was. I played outside, I guess. I once hit my friend with a rock, and he cried a lot, and his head was bleeding a lot, and I had to go run and get help, and I felt really bad about it.
But you weren't instructed to do
I-
that on purpose.
No, we were just kind of playing, and I was like, little, and I didn't realize hitting my friend in the head with a small rock would be really fucked up.
I see.
So, but I mean, there were good times too. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that happens as a kid. I found a bunch of berries one time, and that was really fun. I got to eat those. Why?
I'm sure they
Why
were
do you
very
ask?
sweet. I am starting to realize that I will never, and have never, had a family. Only
Yeah.
things to do, and people to tell me to do them. I suppose that's
Well,
just my fate.
do you want to try and do something on your own, or make your own decision now?
That's the thing, Samuel. I was never taught how to do that.
Well, I guess, much like a kid, you gotta do something and see how you feel about it.
Yes,
And you don't know if it's the right decision or the wrong one, but you do it.
you're
So,
right, says Egg, and
I don't know.
he turns off the shower, exits immediately, like just closes the door with no explanation. He steps out into what I assume is the room. of Samuel's like shouting after him, or just like, oh, there he goes. But either way,
I just thought, okay.
Egg goes to his bags. He digs around for his demolition tools. He lays them out one by one, sorts them, puts them back in the enclosed case, setting up specific amounts of powder in certain areas. Walks outside in a bathrobe, I guess. Lays it down in the middle of the street, puts it on the ground, turns around and covers his ears. And there's just a... as the tools destroy themselves. And he walks back inside.
Putting on a shirt and pants.
Cosmo comes out. What the hell was that?
Oh, now you heard
Not
it.
to worry.
You heard that one?
It was right outside my door.
Do not fear the pothole. It is a sign of change to come, says Egg.
Right. Well, if you all need anything, actually, I do have something for each of you. This should help. And he brings out a box and hands each of you a little electronic like device. He goes, just clip this on, and hands out a few ID cards to go with them. And he goes, this will alter your appearance, just your face.
Who is
Allow
Marv
you to walk around
Gerard?
a little bit more. That's you. You're Marv Gerard.
I'm glad you got my
No,
name
I'm-
right. You spelled... Oh, I'm just impressed you spelled Sikowski correctly. Tough one.
I'm just
yes.
glad that we're not gonna have to like base and join this and dye our hair and yeah.
Well,
Should I
Not
continue
much.
wearing the bath cloth?
Jeez.
you should probably wear more than that, Egg.
Sorry, I am going through some changes right now. Trying to understand who I truly am.
That's good.
You still wear clothes, Egg. I appreciate that you might feel being freed in some ways is helpful, but let's keep the clothes on.
I do feel free.
Keep
a
the
light
freedom to
breeze
acceptable
between my
levels.
legs.
Okay, well, you could wear a skirt or a kilt.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, says Egg, nodding as he just walks off back to the room.
So, Cosmo,
Yeah, what's up?
the race, when is it?
You still got 2 days. If you have anything you want to take care of.
Oh, I wanna leave. I can't think of anything that I need to do. I'll go just walk the race grounds, I guess, see if I can see anything else. Again,
Yeah.
did it once, but can't hurt to familiarize myself again.
Absolutely. Vesper, what are you wanting to do? As Samuel says he really wants to leave this planet. You feel some unfinished business here.
Cosmos, does this godforsaken planet have like a library?
Yeah, of course. What kind of planet doesn't... What kind of city doesn't have a library?
Well, I can tell you what kind of prison doesn't have a library.
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. That's rough. Yeah, there's a library just right downtown.
Right. I would like to do some research then.
All right. Heading by yourself?
If anybody wants to join me, they are more than welcome to. I won't stop them, but otherwise, I would just go.
I think
Alright.
Sarah, this whole time, he wasn't around to witness Egg's a grand declaration or the idea skies thing. I think he's with the prisoner right now.
Yeah. Prisoner seems to be pretty deeply out cold. He's luckily, all his wounds are pretty cauterized from the flaming debris, but kind of in a coma state. What would you like to do?
I think Sears just kind of, maybe he doesn't admit this to himself, but he kind of relishes the fact that the guy's out cold because it gives him an opportunity to rest. But again, he would never admit that he's happy to rest. He's just like, I'm watching the prisoner. The prisoner's not moving, then I will sit here. And if I close my eyes a little bit, then that's just because I'm gathering strength.
Of course. So we'll go with Vesper. Vesper, you head downtown to the library. It's a library. You're very comfortable in these settings. It's, big pillars, to signify how knowledgeable they are with, carving in the stone. Very uppity librarians just shushing people as they walk in. You gotta prepare people to
Feels
be
like home.
Yeah, just like home. How would you like to proceed?
So, knowing the Empire does tend to suppress any information about the past that contradicts the history narrative that the Empire kind of drives both in schools and even outside of all of that. I feel like I would still know that on occasion you can find some sort of glimpse of something that is contradictory. Whether it's a passage that hasn't been fully edited or, something along those lines. So I'd like to look into the history of this planet.
Absolutely. Let's see what we got for you. Yeah, so this is going to be an intellect roll. I will say that by this point you have all had a whichever of the rests you would like to have taken. So action, 10 minutes, hour, all of that stuff. You haven't quite gotten to the 10 hour yet, but I mean, it's been at least 5 hours since the explosion. So you are trying to uncover information that is meant to be covered. And maybe there's an accident. Go ahead and make an intellect roll. This is going to be a difficulty 4 to try and... You're in a place of research. You're in your environment. Yeah.
Okay, I will use an asset for this. And I got an 18. Oh,
Yeah.
Very good. It's not another natural 1, so,
I was stressed.
Yeah. You kind of flip through various archival pieces of information, check out some geography, check out some of the history of this planet. At one point, this planet was heavily under the rule of the Empire, much more so than it is now. Now they're a little bit more able to kind of take care of themselves while still being within the Empire's grasp. One of the reasons they were so heavily under the Empire's grasp back then was the rumor of an artifact. A prospector, somebody looking for valuable minerals and materials out in the deserts of Chuta, found something and claimed it to have given him revelations of alien beings or angelic beings or demonic beings. It's hard to tell because most of the information is kind of scattered, and it seems to be a game of space telephone. Where it's the one person heard this way, one person heard it that way, but one thing is clear, no one heard from the prospector ever again. It seems to be one of those situations where the Empire got wind of it, and he, well, was no longer around. What you are able to piece together, because you did get a minor crit there, is that he happened to have been around Shadow Crag, a large and I keep wanting to say stationary, but every mountain is stationary. Solo.
That we know of.
That we know of. Stationary is not the word. Solo, lone mountain out in the desert. It is a former volcano that is long dormant. And it's called Shadow Crag because it's very tall and casts quite a large shadow over a canyon.
If I were to find a computer kind of tucked away, like away from prying eyes, and I sat down. And
that's always sketchy to do at a public library.
Oh,
yeah, you're looking for the porn on the library computer.
I would like, if possible, to use my data jack ability to kind of hack into some sort of Empire mainframe to tell me whether or not they found this artifact and or if they killed or got rid of this prospector.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a difficulty 5. However, you are trained in hacking. And of course, you have data jack, which means that you can get an asset on it. So that is going to make things a bit easier for you in this matter.
You said difficulty 5, right?
Yep, difficulty 5. And then, of course, make sure you click your hacking skill and then add an asset.
I'm also going to use an edge as well.
All right.
Or an effort, sorry.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah.
With ease.
It's 9.
You are able to figure this out pretty quickly. Was the prospector killed? No. He was taken to the Eye of the Tyrant. Did they find the item? Yes. Were they able to determine anything from the item? No. It was a small electronic piece of some sort. This item was... It seems that whatever use it had, the used it and it no longer worked. The Empire was not able.
Cipher.
It was a cipher, yeah. and such, it became useless, and they weren't able to trace back its origin. They did send a team out to the mountain. He said he was near the mountain when he found it. They did not find anything else. For a while, it was labeled as like an off-limits zone until eventually they decided that it was not of consequence, and that there was nothing else to be found there.
So it's no longer off-limits.
It is no longer off-limits.
Right. I suppose once I've kind of concluded my research, I'll make sure to scrub the computer so that nobody sees that I was doing bad things. and head back to the group.
Of course. Back at Cosmo's garage, eventually Windless does wake from his coma, looks around, and yes, he starts counting people. We got Samuel, we got Egg, Seer. Oh no. Did Vesper die? Did we lose Vesper?
She didn't make it, man. She,
Oh no.
piece of shrapnel cut her fake arm off. And
Oh.
it was too much trauma on one side of her body, and she went into shock and died.
Oh. I should have been
so-
quicker.
Yeah.
I.
Anyway, we gotta go. I'm gonna go check out the racetrack. You wanna come with me?
That's terrible. I didn't hear about this, says Egg. Oh my god. Well, this time I was
You want me to
focused
go
on
check
Odie.
out a racetrack? And my.
She's fine. She's at the library right now.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Ah!
Okay, good.
What? You're supposed to know the future. How would you not know that I was...
You don't see every waking moment of it all the time. Yes, we can go see the racetrack. Absolutely.
Alright, come on, let's go.
Of course. It's... Wait a second. Something's
Yeah.
different about you.
Hmm.
This, this disguise. What does your
Yeah.
disguise look like, by the way? I'm allowing you all to choose what your holograms and IDs ended up looking like. So what did yours look like, Samuel?
I think my fake little hologram disguise ends up looking like a lot like what's his name? Gosh darn it, Colin Farrell from the movie Phone Booth. From back in the
Look like in
day.
that movie.
Now I have to look. It's been
Yeah.
a really
Yeah,
long time.
hang on,
So he's
hang
kind of
on.
like, he's got longer, shaggier hair that's all black. He's
Yes.
kind of got like a 5 o'clock shadow, the goatee, and just the Playboy kind of suit.
I'll go with you to the racetrack with you. The phone booth. Uh,
I'll go to the Colin Farrell.
We're all
with you.
broken.
no. So, what are you hoping to find while we're there?
Oh, I'm just trying to get a view of the lay of the land, you know? It's good to know the turns, the ins and outs, the stuff like that, you know? See where I gotta look out for, obstacles in the way, moments where I may be able to pass someone, and if I know that that's coming up, I can prepare for it, and so on and so forth.
All right. I could help with that. Maybe I'll get a vision of something and
Yeah,
see us
that's
all
what-
die, and we'll see you all die in a fiery crash. Hopefully not.
That's what I was thinking.
That would be pretty awful. But all right, well, let's head off then.
All right.
It doesn't take long to get to the track either. And you see that there are a few people kind of doing a similar thing, checking out the various turns. They're all looking around. You know, you're not the only one who's had this idea, especially so close to the race at this point. You see a couple of people kind of look over and they just whisper to each other and walk away like they're closely guarding a secret. Go ahead and make a race roll, or the roll you make for being good at racing.
Okay,
And
I'll
flying,
do
your
a
pilot roll.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the piloting roll then.
All right.
Piloting spacecraft just to get a view. Who said it? I'm gonna just let the dice tell me what happens. And I'm gonna get a natural 20.
All right. Natural 20. Much better than the natural one that you got last time, I'm pretty sure, while you were trying to inspect this track. Yeah, you notice a lot about this track. You kind of, walk along it, checking it out. Find some spots that look like there might be some hidden traps underneath the ground. Some like surprise
Like it.
turns.
Yeah.
You feel like you've got a great handle on this track. I'm gonna say that you're going to one, take an experience point and give it to someone else.
Yeah, I gave it to me. I think I'm gonna give the other one on over to Egg because he's just been having a little tough day of it.
All right.
And I want to help him find himself, find the new version of him.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you take on Egg, or give one to Egg. You are also going to, because you got a natural 20, mark this down in your notes, but you're going to get a, yeah, right. For when the actual skip race happens, you're going to get an asset on every roll, for free. So whatever the base level of the race is going to be, it's just going to operate as one lower for you, because you are going to be able to use some of the foreknowledge that you have to your advantage. What is that foreknowledge? We'll find out.
We'll find out. That's what
when we do the race. But
exactly what I wanted.
For now, Seer, the guard begins to, or not the guard, the assassin, the mercenary, begins to stir a bit.
Get up from my seat and go and loom over them. I've got the mercenary kind of restrained. I've kind of commandeered, I imagine, sort of like a closet of Cosmo's garage. And I've got the guy kind of strapped to a chair. So I just kind of stand up and loom over them.
He looks up at you and he goes, "Shit. What do you want?"
The ship. It exploded before our eyes. Did you and your people plant the bomb?
What do you think? Of course we did.
So why come and shoot up the place?
Make it a spectacle. Had to make it look like just a natural terrorist event. Really fortunate that you guys showed up.
Is it? I feel as if we've done little to distract from the fact that your people were found on the scene. I'm sure the Empire has already taken note of the fact that the Abyssal Legion was involved in this. For what this has accomplished, I haven't the foggiest. All you've managed to do is kill 2 members of the Crash Clan.
That was the goal. Plus, we took precautions. Empire will never know that the Abyssal Legion was there.
We literally found a piece of paper on your person that had your operating orders very sloppy. I don't think you're as smart as you think you are.
I don't make the plans.
Clearly.
Our mission was accomplished. We did what we were hired to do.
So that's it. This contract was given by your superiors or someone else?
By our superiors.
What do you know of the Crash Clan schism?
Not a whole lot. I don't really care. I know that those who are in charge of Crash Station now paid us. And we did our job. We knew there was a good chance we weren't going to make it out. It's fine.
The Crash Clan station. So whoever's in charge of the Crash Clan now was the one that originally commissioned you for this job.
Yeah. They're cleaning up loose ends. That buddy of yours, I think he might be a loose end as well.
Yes, he is. I imagine this won't be the last attempt on his life.
Probably not.
Thank you for your information. You've been most helpful.
Happy to help.
And I just cut him off halfway through. I flick my hand and just snap his neck with my brain powers.
He dies.
We smash cut to just Seer dumping the body in the trash can outside.
Rolled up rug. Bunch of oily rags underneath his corpse.
It's a shag carpet from a space bus. Well,
That's what we're working on to get ready for the race. Is an old VW bus skiff. Tore out the shag carpeting from it.
amazing. Absolutely, for sure. Well, as you all, what are all of you doing? Is a good question. So Vesper, you're heading back to Cosmos.
Yes.
Seer, you're disposing of the body. Samuel, you and Winless have gotten some great intel on the race ahead of you. Egg, what are you doing?
What? Egg is trying to. He's in the mirror and he's looking at this holographic disguise he has on, a long white beard. Tries to stroke it, but his hand just goes through. I could be anyone, he says.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just
I
waiting.
think Seer walks into the room at this point and
Okay.
just like, fested hands off after the business kind of walks in. You should keep the beard. I think it does enough to distract from your remarkable features. Is there any way for that to make you look shorter? Your height is a dead giveaway.
I can try slouching, says Egg.
Yes. The Abyssal Legion will most likely
Who?
be sending more assassins in the future.
Abyssal Legion.
I see. Abyssal Legion, yes. They were the ones that killed your brothers.
Do they like being in the ocean?
I have no earthly clue whether or not they like being in the ocean. Or, let's say that.
Then why do they call themselves the
They will keep
Abyssals?
coming.
I see.
They will
Did they
keep coming for
explain
you.
why they created the explosion?
Seer just kind of folds his arms, kind of leans back against the wall. That depends. What will you do with the information?
Egg glances off for a moment and says, "Make sure it does not happen again. Starting with myself. I destroyed my demolition kit earlier. My last demolition.
A squandering of resources, perhaps, but I understand the importance of the ceremony. Did
Is
it
that
help
what I
you
am to you?
cleanse your mind?
Resources?
No. But we are in this together. Demolition kit could have been handy, but far be it from me to interrupt with your ceremony. If this is what you needed in order to right yourself, then it's what needed to happen. The Abyssal Legion was contracted to do this because they hate the Crash Clan, but their original source of info came from the current leader aboard Crash Station. Someone is plucking at weeds.
Let him pluck then, says Egg. I am done with the Crash Clan. I'm done with explosions. Done with revolution.
You're done.
Seer, do you plan on being a Templar forever?
I am not being a Templar, I am a Templar.
I see.
I am
Until you
nothing
die?
without this. Yes.
But why, then? Alpha Crash always used to tell us that at the end of the revolution awaited a nirvana. And although revolution was an ongoing process, someday, maybe not us, but our children, or our children's children, would feel the grace of the change. So, what is
I'm
your
working.
end?
I have no end. The galaxy receives the fruits of my labor. I work to cleanse it, to keep balance and order. Others get to enjoy what I have wrought. And so I continue serving the galaxy, serving our species, until at last this flimsy body of mine gives way and Seer will pass to another.
Egg sits down on the lower bunk of the bunk bed and slumps his head and just says, I have no end either.
Exactly. I'm afraid that explosions and revolution may not be done with you, Egg, even if you are done with it.
No!
Seer kind of
I will
squats
not
down next
make-
to Egg.
I will not make another explosion.
Then what
Vesper,
will
it's
you
around
do?
this time that you make your way back to Cosmos. See a rolled up rug in the trash as you head inside. Same for you, PK, unless there's other things that you would like to handle while you're out and about.
Who's PK?
No, I think I'd.
Or sorry, Samuel.
How dare you? I think I'd see that. I think I'd walk in the door the moment Egg says he'll never make another explosion again. And I just kind of look at him and just say, what do you think you're going to do instead?
It's just you and Seer say that at the exact same time.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just kind of like no explosions. What the fuck?
I hear fireworks are quite nice.
I am less upset, maybe, than Seer is. I'm just more curious.
Yeah.
I am going to eat chocolate and raise cacti and make eggs for breakfast.
Nice. I can get behind that.
It is
When
not
the-
nice.
When-
I think Seer
well,
stand.
when the guards come for us, what do you think you're gonna do then? When the Empire comes to kill us, you think can hit them in the face with the eggs? Think they'll be allergic to chocolate?
I don't know, says Egg.
All right. Well, it's just something to consider. I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm happy if you're not wanting to make any more bombs or anything, but I also appreciate your help when the stuff gets troublesome.
I'm tired of
Yes,
being
if
a
you
convicted
despair of
terrorist.
this life.
I think I'm ready to just be a convict, says Egg.
Good. It's a good life being a convict.
You know, Egg, there are different, like, not dangerous explosions that you can always try, and I pull out a little tiny packet that I picked up from the store and pass him a bag of popping candy.
What is this?
Put it in your mouth.
He puts the still wrapped bag in his mouth.
No, 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 no. Oh, wait. No. Oh, dear. Okay. Open it, my dear. Open it, and there's little candies inside.
Hold up. Shh.
Just pop, all in his mouth.
This sensation. Small bursts in my mouth. Like the glinting life that we all share. I see, says Egg. As he looks up and like a single teardrop rolls down his cheek. I'll think about it.
Egg, I think it's important for you to do what makes you happy and brings you joy. If you don't think that building bombs and being a terrorist, which I don't necessarily condone, brings you joy anymore, there are other things that maybe you can find.
Seer just casts like a withering look over from Vesper to Omega to Samuel and finally just says, "What do you all think this is? You seem to act as if we are deciding upon a stage in our career, as if we are taking a second to reflect on our life choices and ponder for ourselves what we'd like to do with our twilight years. We have no choice in this matter."
I think we always have a choice here.
Yeah, I agree.
Seer, come here, Seer, come here. I take you for a little sidebar, a little aside, and I just go, I think Egg's kind of having a trauma response at the moment, and I think we just be patient and not push him, and let him get through this, and in a day or two, he'll kind of come out, become himself again. Maybe he might decide to not make any bombs, but I don't think he's gonna. I think we'll be okay. I think we're still gonna end up with, it's you give him some time to heal a little bit. He'll be okay.
Fine. I am not used to shepherding people.
Yeah, he's an egg.
This is this, just very contemptuous rattle that comes from Seer It's just the suit of armor just kind of like just sits there for a second. You get the sense of his breath, and then finally just stomps away.
While this is going
Dark,
on, I
pissed off
just
cloud.
sit next to Egg and take some of the candy, like put it in my mouth and just hold it open. When you hold your mouth open with the popping candy and it just, you can hear it popping. I go, look, Egg!
Look at this, and he makes different mouth shapes, so it makes different noises as it pops.
There you go.
Well, what's I know you have this race and all that. Is there anything anybody else needs to get done before we do that and leave Chuta behind us?
Yes, actually. There's a historical site here that I wouldn't mind exploring while we're here, if that's okay.
A historical site?
Yeah, it's not really talked about. It's completely legal. It's not like it's off limits or anything.
What do you guys think?
Oh,
Go on the history tour of Chuta?
do we got time tomorrow? Cosmo, you need me here for anything?
No, I'm good.
Alright, if you don't need me to fix up the ship, I can come with you on your little tour. Learn about this dust bowl.
It's a mountain called Shadow Crag.
Exciting.
It's by itself. Cosmo, do you know where this mountain is? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I found that in my
Shadow
research.
Crag. Yeah. It's about hour south of here. And he just kind of like points to the south where there's just a single lone mountain.
That thing.
And Vesper, you go, that's why it looks familiar. It's
Right, that's there. Damn it. Okay, cool. Cool.
Well, that's Shadow Crag.
That's useful. Thank you. Yeah.
not a lot out
yeah,
there.
so like a
But
little-
I mean,
field trip.
I got things handled here, so
Would you happen to have like a vehicle we could potentially borrow so that we could just drive there?
Yeah, we don't want to get
assume-
caught for stealing any more scooters.
the last one I gave you didn't return.
This one will return.
Yeah, it's close enough that you could take a speeder. It's not a problem. Go round back.
Unlimited? No. He's got an unlimited number of cars behind his shop.
Not unlimited. This
Look,
one's mine.
Samuel's gonna do the race for you and earn you lots of money and it'll be great. So, just we'll take a
Alright.
take a little group field trip if everybody wants to go.
Yeah, found a few little cool things out there on the track today, so I think we're pretty set. Feeling pretty good.
Oh, well, day trip out to the desert, I guess.
All right.
Bring lots of water. We can get some more candy for Egg.
Are we expecting, like, we're not expecting trouble out there.
Why would we be?
Well,
You're
now
right.
I am.
It's
Jeez.
it's just an archaeological site that I had some interest in, and I think after the shock wore off, I realized, oh, this is the planet with that site, and so I thought, if I'm here, may as well investigate it. And it's not like I'm gonna drop all my hobbies because I'm suddenly a criminal.
That's fair. Yeah, let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? And that's where we're gonna end for today's session.
What's the word? Of course.
So
Everything.
yeah, we, like I said, you just oneshotstavern.com. Check out the links below. You can hire us to run games for you. You can pick up some TTRPG themed merch. But have a wonderful week. This is the last week that you will be seeing me in this basement setup. As of Friday, we will begin moving in, and as of Sunday, I should have my office all set up and ready to go for grand adventures in the TTRPG space. Thank you all for listening. Please check out our Patreon, and see you next week.